you ever think about, like, if you use hand sanitizer? So it kills germs. But now your hands are just like
full of dead germs.
A battlefield.
No, I've never thought about germs. That. I've never thought of that. But now I feel like
you have.
Every time I'm going to use hand sanitizer in the future, that's what's going to happen.
That's what you're going to think about.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Hello! Hi! What a way to start.
Welcome back. Oh my god, that was a very interesting thought process. I wonder if that's how they make the edible cookie dough that you can buy like at the grocery store. Do you think they go through that entire process?
Most of it now is edible.
Yeah, a lot of it says safe to eat on it. I'm trying to think of any that I don't know.
You know the really big tubs you can get at Sam's Club?
Yeah.
When I was pregnant, I bought one.
Oh god.
And I ate it throughout my entire pregnancy.
Oh my god.
Brian came home one day, opened up the fridge, and went, "Why do we have a giant container of cookie dough?"
Hey, man.
I'm pregnant, leave me alone.
Hey, man. Is what it is. Everybody loves raw cookie dough. You can't tell me you don't. Good. It's so good. So good. We're very patriotic today.
Oh, yeah.
It was unintentional.
I feel like I wear this sweater a lot.
It looks like a very comfy sweater.
It is a very comfy sweater. Oh my God. And I only...
Look at your legs.
Yeah.
Rosie was just rubbing all up on her leggings.
It's fine. These are really gross anyways, because these are also what I wore to the gym.
That's okay.
So...
If it's any consolation, you don't smell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I did give myself a whore bath before I left.
Please elaborate on what a whore bath is.
Pits and privates.
And spray?
And your pits and yeah. I had a washcloth. I brought a washcloth with me.
Okay.
Alright, so I washed my face first.
Yeah.
Washcloth.
Yeah.
And then I
took care of the rest of you?
Yeah, take care of the rest. Didn't bring extra underwear with me because I'm currently wearing my last clean pair of underwear.
Logan and I were running through that part. We have been so busy that I just haven't had time to do laundry. And I was like, I'm running out of clean clothes and clean underwear because we've been going to the gym. Same premise, and it's like I'm running through my underwear like crazy. Either I need to go get more or we need to start doing laundry like every day.
I do need to get more because mine are rapidly being destroyed. So
yeah. The dogs love your underwear.
Yeah, I know I need to get more.
Speaking of, okay, that just reminded me between the whore bath and the dogs loving your underwear. Tati bought a bunch of stuff off of the TikTok shop. And it made me first get to thinking we should do something like that. And I was talking to Logan. Yeah, I was talking to Logan about it. He was like, you should do like an unboxing with Megan. And I was like, I think that could be a lot of fun. I told him I would give him a budget and just let him do it. I think that would be fun.
God.
But she bought the pheromone perfume.
Oh.
She loved it.
I do really want to get it. I've
been looking
at it. Between it on TikTok shop and I also have it in my Amazon cart.
Is it the same price on the Amazon cart? It was like $20 on TikTok.
I think it might be the same price.
Okay. I was looking at that cheaper. And then I was looking at like the workout clothes and stuff. A lot of them
I bought some.
Did you?
I just bought some literally like last night.
Okay.
The night before.
When they come, please give me a full detailed review.
Do you want to see the ones that I got? So
I would love to because I need to get more workout clothes. I'm running low. I don't have any sets that fit me currently, so like I'm very mismatched and I would like to have sets.
I didn't really get sets, but I got like those.
I was looking at those because they also have them in shorts.
And I've seen a lot about I've seen a lot about those. Okay. And then I also got this one pair of like yoga pant kind. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need a full detailed review. They all have like the scrunch butt thing.
Yeah, hey man.
And then I got some
t-shirts. I love a good scrunch butt.
Because why not?
Yeah.
I got one that says 90s babe.
Okay.
And I just want oversized t-shirts. I really need to go to a thrift store and just go through the men's section and grab some
We should do that. We can totally do that.
Because I just need t-shirts.
Yeah.
And they're cheap as hell. That's how I got a Kenny Chesney tour shirt.
There's what?
A 2008 Kenny Chesney tour shirt one time.
But between where you live and around here, we've got like 3 or 4 Goodwills that we can hit up. Yeah. So we should, but I think that you should film that and do a try-on haul for your TikTok clothes.
Okay, my other one is a Morgan Wallen one, and it says Somebody's Problem. That's one of his songs is Somebody's Problem. Okay. And then the last one is a skeleton in a coffin, and it says a thumbs up, and it says never better.
I love that. That's great. That's perfect for the gym.
Yeah. There was better ones that said like worse things on them, but I was also like, I'm not at like Planet Fitness. I'm at like my work gym.
Right.
So there's a certain line I don't want to cross. I'm the only one that's there, but there are cameras there, and like
you also don't want to run into what if somebody just randomly decides on a day that you're there, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym after work today.
I mean, my coworkers are pretty cool, and they'd probably think it's funny.
Yeah, but isn't it like the whole facility?
I told my coworker Natalie about these shirts too.
Okay, yeah,
and some of them. And she was like, that's great, because she was also asking about TikTok Shop. So I was like, let's see how this goes. So I bought, they were all like, every single one of those was like $4.
I know, that's why I was texting you about it, because I was like, is this legit?
The yoga pants one was like $7, but still, that's fantastic.
It's worth it.
So we'll have to see how they are.
Yes.
And if they're good, then I'll end up getting more. But I just figured I bought like a dark green pair and a gray pair.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens.
Please let me know.
If I don't like them, then they were $4 each.
Exactly. Yeah. Please let me know. I'm very intrigued.
We'll do.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk about books? I have a confession. I didn't have time.
I figured.
But I am 100% okay for you to just tell me.
Just tell you what happened?
Yeah, because I'm going to listen to it.
You're going to listen to it anyways.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't matter.
Oh my god, this is happening.
Yeah, exactly. So please, tell me everything.
So this is about neon gods.
Yeah.
It is a Hades and Persephone, more modern-esque telling.
Okay.
Modern-esque being, they're humans.
So not...
She's a human. She's not a goddess in any way.
That's very interesting.
Yes. Okay, so basically how they work is almost like a monarchy.
Okay.
Zeus has to produce heirs.
Okay, so he's the king.
His next child becomes Zeus. So, like, for instance, in the book, he has a son, Percy. Is his son.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
When he passes, Percy will take over.
And become Zeus?
Become Zeus.
That's really interesting. So Zeus is like the title, not necessarily their name.
Yes, but it is their name also. Their name becomes
Well, when you become a monarch, the way that it works, you choose your name.
Yeah.
So when Charles
they don't have much of a choice, but that's what,
yeah, but when Charles became King Charles, he had the opportunity to change his name if he wanted to. And he didn't.
He could have been Princess Consuela Banana Hammock?
Yes, he could have. William, you're next.
Missed
Princess Consuela Banana Hammock.
So Hades.
Yeah.
It is thought in this world that Hades doesn't exist anymore. That Hades' line died out. And that Zeus controls the upper city and the lower city. Because they're cities, they're not worlds. So it's not underworld, it's not Olympus.
I got it,
Olympus is a city.
Yeah.
And then there's an undercity.
Yeah.
Or lower city. And, which from one side of the Styx River looks like crap. Like, it literally looks like it's run down, that, like...
Okay.
It just looks horrible.
Is that the
Crime
undercity?
Infested. That's the undercity, okay?
Got it.
From the one side of the Styx. So, because obviously it's the Styx River, which is also,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a monarchy. So it's thought that Hades is gone.
Yeah.
That his line died out. Doesn't exist anymore. Persephone goes to a party.
Uh-huh.
because her mother is part of the 13. Because her mother became Demeter. She stepped up. Not all of them are family roles. Okay. So, like, Demeter is not a family thing. None of her daughters, which she has 4 daughters. 4 daughters. None of her daughters will take over for her. Okay. Because Demeter isn't like that. Same with Hermes.
Is it like you're an elected official? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But you're that for life.
Oh.
Yes, you're that for life. So she became Demeter. She's Demeter for life until she dies, and then they'll elect somebody else. Okay. Hermes is a girl.
Oh.
She's pretty fucking hilarious, too.
Okay. Respect that.
She loves to bust Hades' balls. It's great. She sneaks into his house all the time.
She sneaks into his house? Yeah. That's awesome.
And he's like, he'll come down. She's like in his fridge. Same. And then he's like, well, I'm just used to her being here. She's got like her own room now. She's a messenger. She travels everywhere. So she can travel back and forth between the upper city and the lower city, but nobody else can. Because there is an agreement where they cannot travel between the upper city and the lower city. Zeus and his people cannot go over there. Hades and his people cannot go over there. There are people that can go back and forth, but it's very limited on who can. Hermes is one of them. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, they're at a party. Her mom's Demeter. She's staring at stuff. Everybody heard about, Zeus is Zeus. You know what I mean? Like
Zeus is Zeus.
Yeah, he's a womanizer pretty much. Every single one of his previous wives has gone missing.
Oh.
Yes. Persephone is like buying her time until she turns 25, which was only in like 3 months. Okay. So that her trust fund opens. Okay. And she can leave Olympus. Okay. And just live her life the way she wants to, because she promised to stay and get her master's degree, and then she was planning on going to California and going to Berkeley.
It's a different Berkeley. Yeah. I remember you was it you? No, it was actually Logan said, he was telling me something, I think like the new Raiders offensive coordinator or something like that went and graduated from Berkeley. And he was like, you guys are alumni. And I was like, that's a different Berkeley.
So that is where she wants to go. Okay. Right? So they're at this party. She's trying to make up excuses to leave, because she doesn't want to be there. Mm-hmm. Understandable. Neither do her sisters, really. And she,
lo and behold, runs into Hades?
Nope, not there.
Oh.
Nope, not there. He's dead to the world. All right? Oh. They keep it up that he's dead to the world. Okay. There's a room of statues. His is covered. His statue is covered. Because they think he's dead? Because they're saying that he's dead. That his life is gone.
And he didn't have any heirs, so.
He didn't have any heirs, okay. So, yes. Okay, so her mom comes and finds her, was like, you need to come with me. And she was like, well, I don't really feel good. Like, I want to go home. And she was like, no, you're not going home. You're coming with me. Zeus wants to talk to you. And she was like, shit. Because as far at this point, all the sisters and basically all the women are like biting, like, they know one day Zeus is going to like touch them, basically. Like, Zeus is going to end up, So they're just like,
is this
hoping they like get out of.
Is Zeus a creep?
Yes.
Okay.
He's an old man, too. He's, like, in his 60s.
Oh, God.
Because they're all different ages. Because it all has to deal with when
when you die. But
my fucking shoulder. So, it hurts. So, so she goes to talk to him, and he's, like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. I've been wanting to talk to you. And she's like, fuck off, man. And he's like, it's an unconventional way, but I guess we'll do it. And he walks back into the party with her. And he stands there, and he asks her to marry him in front of the entire party that's happening. And she just realizes, I'm not getting out of here. Because she can't say no to him. Because she's dead if she says no. So she has to play along with it and say yes. And immediately one of her sisters grabs her right afterwards. Because she's like, she sees her like spiraling. And she's like, we're going to go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom. You want to come with me? And she like grabs her, takes her out. They go down like out to the street. It's a tower that all of these is like their office. It's like a tower.
Yeah.
They all go to. It's called like the Dodona Tower. So they're out front of that. She's in like hardly anything because she wore this nice elegant silk dress, didn't like grab anything on her way out, didn't even grab like her phone or anything. And she's standing in heels outside and it's freezing and she's just freaking out and she's like, I gotta get out of here. And her sister's like, let me go get your phone, let me go get your stuff. So her sister runs up to go get the stuff and she's standing there and she just takes off and starts running. It's like she starts like she's walking, but she doesn't know. She's like, I'm going home, and she just starts walking. And then she realizes people are following her. And then she realizes they're not just following her, they're kind of pushing her in the direction of the Styx River. Because then she's cornered and she can't go anywhere. But there's a bridge there, and that was the bridge that used to take them over to the lower city. And she realizes these people following her are Zeus's men. And they've been watching her the whole time. They know she's
so they're essentially trying to corner her to keep her.
Yeah.
So she doesn't run away.
Off. Yeah. So she gets up to the river. She realizes she's there. And she's like, at this point, sprinting. Her heels are off. Like, she's just sprinting. It is cold. It's like literally dead winter, and she's wearing like hardly anything.
Yeah.
And runs up to the bridge, looks across the bridge, sees a guy standing there, looks back at the guys chasing her, and went, weigh my options. I'll run to the random guy at the other end of the. And so she started running across the bridge, knowing the other guys can't follow her over the bridge. She gets all the way to the other side of the bridge.
But if she crosses that bridge, she can't come back.
She can come back. She's, I guess, one of the special ones that are able to come back. But she runs across. She literally runs into his arms. He, like, turns her around, and then he yells at the guys, knowing that they can't follow her. And then one of them yells back, something, Hades. And she goes, Hades? Hades is not dead. She is all this time, and he, like, basically, like, carries her back to her house, his house, and she's, like, fighting him the entire way, and he was like, I'm not trying to hurt you. You are freezing cold. You are going to freeze to death. Like, plus, you are, like, beat up from, like, running and tripping, and, like, you need to chill and, like, let me fix you up.
Girl, you a hot mess.
Yes. So, of course, he gets back, and who's in his kitchen?
I love it.
And she's like, why do you have her here? Why did you take Zeus's girl? And he goes, I didn't take her. She ran to me.
She came to me.
Yes. So then she's like, I can't go back there. I need to get out. Like, shit's not good. And then she's like, you're alive? And he's like, well, yeah, I'm alive. He's like, my parents may have died, but I survived. Nobody really knew that I survived, but when I turned 17, because his parents died when he was like 2 or 3, like when he was really little. Basically, Zeus killed them.
Oh, okay.
Set fire to their home, and they died in a fire, and he got like severely injured, like burned and stuff in the fire. Mm-hmm. But he made it out. Mm-hmm. And then they kept him away for a while. He turned 17. He took over as Hades. Because he's only in his 30s.
Okay.
So, he's supposed to be like 33, I think. So, he was like, there's a treaty, and the treaty is the whole, they can't cross. So, he can't go over there, you can't come over and bother him. That's how it is. And she's like, who the hell knows that you're here? And he goes, a lot of people know that I'm here. For instance, the 13 know that I exist. Her mother knows that he exists.
Why are they continuing to play this whole Zeus is dead thing?
Because Hades, because
Hades is dead.
Because it's part of the treaty, and they don't want shit to come of it. But also, Hades has a really good grasp on what's going on in his city, and he treats everybody well. He makes sure everybody is provided for, and he hates Zeus, so like. There's that. But
interesting.
Yeah, so that's basically what's going on. And so then she's like, maybe we can help each other. And he was like, how so? She's like, well, you want to get back at Zeus. And I don't want to marry him. He won't want to marry me if I'm damaged goods in his eyes. And he was like, yeah, because he's going to believe that, like, this is a thing. And she goes, then we'll make it real. So, Hades has a thing. This is why I said to you, it's like a mix between 50 Shades and lore. Because he has a playroom. The playroom not only has everything that, like, 50 Shades would have in it, but it also has a stage.
A stage?
Because he's into public. Yes. He invites people over, which are usually high-ups.
My God.
And, yes, to come and watch. And it's usually with, like, random participants and things like that. But he goes, this is how we're going to introduce us as a thing.
I am shooketh.
So he's got a throne in that room. Because he sits in his throne, and then there's an actual stage. The first time they were going to do it, he, like, took her in there by herself. And he was like, this is how this is going to happen. And she was like, okay. Like, kind of nervous. And then leading up to, like, when that it was about to happen, he's like, you're not ready for this, are you? And she goes, nope, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for public like this. And he was like, it's all right. I changed the plans anyways. So they're sitting on his throne, and there's, like, 2 other people up on the stage.
So they're watching.
They're watching. Okay. And there's a whole bunch of other people there that really are not watching what's happening on the stage because they're watching what he's doing to her on the throne. Yes. Alright, so that was the first thing because now everybody's talking like, oh my God, they're together, they're doing things. Alright. And then the next time
you said, oh my God, they're doing things.
And then the next time, he doesn't take her up on the stage either for that time because she was like so ready for it. And then last second, he was like, you were not ready for this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. He has this, because of what he does there, he has this image that he's this holy, like, don't fuck with him kind of king. All right? But he really is just a really sweet guy. And that he keeps that act up because of that room, because of what he does there. Mm-hmm. Right? And he's not like that in, like, real life. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, he, takes her to all these places, takes her into town, and, like, she's starting to see that, like, the underworld, what you can see is not what it is. As soon as you get beyond that point, it's a beautiful city. It's literally all facade.
So it's all facade.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, he takes her to this market, and he's like, this is an indoor market. It's winter, so it's indoor right now. During the summer, it's outside. And he, like, knows everybody, and they all know him. And they all love him, and he's, you know, been out and about since he was a kid, since his parents died. So, yeah. And then, I know, he's very sweet. And then, the whole thing is that he's claiming her. And so she's tarnished in Zeus's eyes because Zeus won't want anything that he has touched.
Right, okay. Yep, following.
Mm-hmm. So, the next time they were in that room, he looks like he's making her do it because he has his hand on her head, but he's not doing anything. He's just following her. Yes, okay? You know what I mean? So, does that, and and he's like, people have seen me do this before, but usually I'm putting force behind my hand, and I'm not putting force behind my hand this time. So everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe he's doing that to her. And he's like, I don't want them to think that she just belongs to me. They need to know it's both ways. So then he gets on his knees in front of her, and in front of everybody there. Oh my God. Yep.
All right, that's it. I have weekend plans now.
It is a fantastic book.
I just, train of thought, instead of being patriotic, you're now Persephone, and I guess I'm Hades. I did not think that through. I was just like, I don't know, let's do red and blue today.
Well, and of course, like, something dark has to happen.
Well, of course.
So she's got 3 sisters, right?
Yeah.
The youngest one is it Orpheus? I'm trying to remember what that couple was. It was I can't remember. But her youngest is, like, the most naive, because the older sisters have kind of kept her out of the loop of things, but she's got a stupid boyfriend, and the sisters are like, he's an idiot. Like,
yeah, okay.
But they're, like, an actual famous, like, mythical couple.
Okay.
So, and that's basically what these girls are. You can think of these girls as, like, the Kardashians.
Oh.
So they're, like, socialites. They're followed around by cameras in Olympus. That's basically what it is. But none of them are, like, gods. No, nobody's gods. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're real people.
But they're basically, like, socialites. So they have paparazzi and things like that. So she's very used to that kind of thing. And he always saw it, and he thought they would be stuck up. And he's basically like, I didn't think you were going to be really nice. And, like,
a genuine person?
Not a bitch. So, there's so much that goes on. They go after the little sister. She gets a call from the little sister. She's freaking out. She's being followed. Sound familiar? And they go, where are you? She tells them, and she goes, you're headed towards the river. So they rush together. Hades calls his guys up. They know they can't go across that border, but they're standing at the edge of the border, and she's telling her, go to the river. Just keep going. Once you get there, go across the bridge. And so she's, like, standing there, and she's like, oh my God, she's not coming. And he's like, she'll be here. She's coming. And then you see her emerge from, like, the mist, and she's running. And then she, like, trips, and there's a guy behind her, and they're freaking out, and she's like about to start running towards her, and he goes, this is what they want you to do. They want you to go over there so that they can get you. That's what they want. They want you back. So they're using your sister to try to lure you out. So he makes one of his guys, like, literally just, like, hold her, like, come up behind her and hold her so she can't run after her sister. And he starts walking across the bridge, which is breaking their treaty. And he runs all the way up, because at this point, this guy is literally just, like, beating her sister on the other side of the bridge. And it's one of Zeus's guys that are doing it. He's been told by Zeus to do this. So Hades is at this point is just running across. He gets to the edge, and he knows if he takes, like, one more step, he has broken this treaty. And the guy's like, you're not going to come across. And he pulls out a gun and shoots him. He shoots the dude, and he was like, then now the dude is on the ground, and he's looking at her, and he's like, I want her to come towards me, but she's just in shock, and she's not moving. Like, she just, like, is panicking. And as the guy, like, gets back up before he can even, he's, like, across that line and beating the crap out of this guy. And he's basically like, I just broke this treaty. Picks up her sister, carries her back over the bridge. And he also, like, basically pretty much showed a side of himself that she's never seen before, because he beat the living shit out of this guy. And then takes her home. She takes her into one of the rooms in his giant-ass mansion, cleans her sister up. And he goes, she's gonna fucking hate me now, because she just saw me kill a guy. Yeah. And all that happens is he comes in to look at her, and she goes, thank you. Aww. And then they were going to bed, and she was like, I'm going to stay with my sister, because I don't want her to be alone. So she stays in the room with her sister, and he goes back to their room. Because at this point now they're, like, sleeping, like,
yeah, they got a room.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm lonely without her, basically. Okay, so in the middle of the night, though, she's, like, this isn't gonna stop. This is just gonna get worse. He's gonna start coming after my other sisters. He's threatening war at this point because now he's crossed that line. So now Zeus can threaten war. And Hermes comes and gives a message to Persephone from her mother about what's going on. And basically she's like, I can't believe you would have done that to me. That you would have just offered my hand to him and not told me anything in advance. What was your plan that you had? And her mother was basically like, my plan was to kill him. You were only supposed to be with him long enough for us to, like, microdose him for long periods of time until he croaks, basically. So, she goes, I'm going to work out a deal with you. She works out a deal with her mother. She says to Hermes, I need you to help me get out of here. Because if I go to Hades, he's going to be like, fuck no, you're not going back over there. So Hermes and, I don't remember who's with her. Yeah, I don't remember who's with her. He's also, like, around majority of the time. Help to sneak her out of the lower city through the tunnels that Hades brought her in through. So she gets there, and when she left in a black dress. When they first revealed themselves to everybody, she was in this also, like, black outfit. So when she leaves in a black dress, which is a statement that she's part of the lower city. And so she goes back, as they're driving, she goes, you are not headed towards my mother's place like I asked you to. And they're like, nope, we're headed towards the Donut Tower. And she goes, that was not part of the deal. And she goes, part of the deal was me to get you somewhere. I never said where I was getting you. She's like, I have my own deals with other people. Took her to the tower because she goes, that's where your mother is. So she walks in there. Of course, Zeus is there and he goes, oh, you're back. Like, finally, my bride has been returned, kind of thing. And she sees her mom. And she goes up to her mom, and then they have a whole thing about what they were going to do, the plans they have now, whatever. And she was like, go back to our house and just stay there and don't do anything until I tell you to. So she does. Well, Hades has already watched security cameras and saw that she left. So now he's like,
freaking out.
I got to go get her.
Yeah.
Before something happens. So he goes. He gets there. Because at this point, he's like, I'm ending this. As he gets out of the car, they hand him, they give him something, and they were like, put an end to this, basically. And he was like, that's my plan.
Okay.
So he goes to see Zeus, and as he's walking up to the office, because he's like, I haven't been in this tower in like 16 years. He hears the sound of skin, basically. Here's Zeus having sex with somebody, and he just goes into a rage because he thinks it's her. It's not her. So he goes in a rage, he walks in, he sees that it's not her, and then he just waits. And waits for Zeus to be done. The girl leaves, he confronts him, they have a big fight. He shoots at one point, misses him, but as soon as I heard it say, you hear glass shatter. I went, they're in a very large tower. One of the windows has now been shattered. And now they're just fighting. And Zeus just happens to, well, he didn't really do it. Honestly, he didn't do it on purpose. It just, when they were fighting, he took a step back and then he just ended up falling out the window. So, he's like, holy shit. Hi, he's dead. Like, what do I do now? He goes to leave. As he walks out of Zeus's office, he looks up and Demeter is walking down the hallway towards him. And he's like, oh shit. And she's putting on gloves. And he's like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm here to clean up your mess. She knew this was going to happen.
I like Demeter in this version.
Yes. She's nasty bitch a majority of it, but by the end of it, I was like, yes, Mom, she had a plan. But Persephone was like, you couldn't have told me this?
Yeah, like,
why didn't you tell me that this was what was happening? Now, this entire time, Hades keeps reminding himself that this is the 3-month deal. That when she turns 25, she's leaving. It's a 3-month deal.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I can't get attached to her. They do get puppies partway through this.
They get puppies?
3 puppies. Like Cerberus. And one of them is named Cerberus, and then she names the other 2. And he was like, I want you to name the other 2. And she was like, I don't think that's a good idea. And he goes, you're going to leave me. I want you to leave me something of you. Please name these other 2 dogs.
That's
and so
adorable.
she does. Yes. Okay.
That's so cute.
So then he leaves the tower.
Okay.
I like skipped. There's a whole bunch of shit that happens in between this. So
yeah.
you're
I've
in for
got
a whirlwind.
I've got a whirlwind.
He leaves the tower. Nobody recognizes him because no one has seen him.
Yeah, nobody knows that he's around.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know he's alive. And the people that do might not even know what he looks like.
Okay.
Except for the people that have like been to his house.
Yeah.
It's only a select few that get to go. And he just leaves and he goes home and he's wallowing in his self-pity.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm never going to see her again.
Okay.
And he's upset.
Uh-huh.
And then she meets her mom and her mom's like, it's done. And the deal with her mother that was made was that she would make sure that Hades makes 6 public appearances at any of her mother's choosing. So if it's something that Demeter has to hold and she wants the power that he holds behind him, basically, and the fear that he instills, he'll show up and support her. And that is the deal that was made. And Persephone's like, I can make that happen. Don't worry about it. I can make that happen.
I can make that happen.
So Demeter also says this to him when he's leaving the tower. And she goes, she made a deal, and I expect you to uphold what she made a deal on. And he was like, I don't know what she made a deal on, but okay. He's like, whatever she said, all right, cool. I'll listen to her. So he's wallowing in a self-pity, literally sitting on the floor. Sad boy, basically. And she walks in.
Woe is me.
Yes. She walks in, and she's like, hey, what's up?
Why are you on the floor?
And he's like, you came back. And she was like, yeah, I came back. And he was like, I figured you were going to be, you weren't going to come back. And she was like, I'm not going anywhere. And he was like, what do you mean? And she was like, I'm here now forever. Like,
you're stuck with me.
Yeah, we're a thing now, officially, not just fake. Like, this is happening. So then the next day, they have their whole crowning or whatever. The thing they're talking about is basically that Zeus died. They have to announce that this happened.
The heir has to take over. Yeah. Got it.
So
okay, yep.
They got Hades to show up for that.
Okay.
Which was very interesting because he has not been
I can imagine.
Yeah, so it was a very big thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. But yeah.
Oh my god.
It is a great book, and there was so much that I left out. You're literally
These
just
are my weekend plans.
You're getting spark notes right now. Is basically how you're getting spark notes.
Well, we have a birthday party to go to tomorrow, but Sunday Logan's just going to be. I don't think there is no football this week, but I'm sure he'll be. He can find something to do for 9 hours. I'm going to be listening to this book.
I need to start the other one.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited now.
It's good.
I have so many things to read.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
There's another one that I because I have a very odd obsession with military men. So there's one that I've been seeing on TikTok. It's called See You Soon. Don't remember what the author's name is.
Okay.
But it's not an audio book. So I'd have to actually read it.
The the fact that you're just obsessed. I have to actually sit down. Hey man, listen, audiobooks are amazing because you can do other things while listening to it, especially from a mom.
Yes. I'm doing dishes, I'm cleaning the house.
Doing laundry.
I'm not sitting. Exactly. That's what I do the entire time. I'll put her laundry away, I'll do her laundry, I'll run around, I'll vacuum, I'll do so much while it's happening.
Exactly,
And I can listen to it.
And you don't have to worry about it.
But like if I have to actually read, it means I have to like sit down and read, and then I'm just like losing time that I could be getting things done in.
Yeah.
But this is a very interesting book, and I really want to read it. Now, it's available apparently on, like, Kindle Unlimited.
Okay.
But, like, I don't have Kindle Unlimited. I don't know how to get it either. Because I've tried to figure out a few ways to get it. And every time I click on something, it's like, it's not supported in this app. And I'm like, I downloaded Kindle, like, the app. It won't let me get it through there either. So I'm
That's really strange.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a phone thing, just because it won't let me on my phone. Maybe. Because I have not tried on the iPad yet. So that's next.
Yeah, it could just be a phone
thing. I don't have a Kindle, so
I don't know.
My mother has a Kindle. Has she used it? Probably not. Can I steal it from her? Probably.
That would it would make sense if it's not like a phone thing and you can't get it to work on the iPad. Maybe it's just like a Kindle specific.
Even though it does say in like the thing about it, you can use it on any device.
That's really strange.
It shows a phone and it shows like an iPad kind of thing, and then it's Kindle, and it basically says you don't have to have a Kindle to be able to use this because it's an Amazon thing.
Well, maybe they need to.
Same with Audible. It's an Amazon thing.
They need to get their shit together and fix their app because there's an error. Something's
being weird.
Right.
So I have to look into that more. And then that might be one of the things I start like physically reading, which is going to be odd for me because it's been a while. It's been a while since I physically read anything that was like a real book and not Wattpad.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's been a while for me too, just because, again, like the books on Audible that I listen to are like 24 hours long.
Yeah, I have not had one that long yet.
I love it. Because it's just like my whole existence at that point. All right. Well, shall we end this part? This part 1 of our part 2s? Two part. That's what I was looking for. It was 2-part. I told you my brain is fried. Tupac. Yes. 1 Pac and 2 Pac. Yeah. 1 Pac and 2 Pac. All right.
1 fish, 2 fish. Red fish,
blue fish.
Thing 1, thing 2.
Do you like green eggs and ham? I love green eggs and ham, Sam. I am.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Okay. All right. We're done. Tune in on Wednesday at 3 for part 2. Like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
I was waiting for it because you were just like,
I was waiting for the end.